The best description of Trump's relationship to autocrats belongs to historian Timothy Snyder, who observed in April 2016, "It's not hard to see why Trump might choose Putin as his fantasy friend. Putin is the real-world version of the person Trump pretends to be on television. Trump admired Putin's grip on power, his 82% popularity rating, and praised him for being a leader far more than our president, meaning Obama, has been a leader. Trump's love for Putin has drawn a lot of public attention, but in fact, candidate Trump and later President Trump spread the love evenly among the world's autocrats. Trump praised the mastery with which Kim Jong-un had solidified power in North Korea. He goes in, he takes over, and he's the boss. Later, preparing for an in-person meeting with Kim, Trump claimed, "We fell in love." Trump invited Philippine dictator Rodrigo Duterte to the White House and lauded him for his war against drugs, a campaign of extrajudicial executions that had killed thousands. For his first trip abroad, Trump chose Saudi Arabia, where he received an honorary gold collar from the king. A year and a half later, dissident Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi, who had been living and working in exile, was murdered inside the Saudi embassy in Istanbul on orders from and with the knowledge of Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Trump's statement in response to the murder was titled, "America First," and reaffirmed his friendship with the Saudi royal. Trump's second foreign trip was to Israel, where he was greeted on arrival at the Tel Aviv airport by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. They addressed each other as Donald and Bibi. Before the year was out, Trump issued a proclamation recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and ordering that the embassy be relocated there, in contravention of international law and policy consensus. In 2019, the United States took another step, effectively declaring that international law did not apply to the Israeli-occupied West Bank. Early in the presidency, Trump hosted Chinese dictator Xi Jinping at Mar-a-Lago. Over dessert, "the most beautiful piece of chocolate cake that you have ever seen," according to Trump, he told Xi that the United States had just bombed Syria. Fox News put up a split screen, Trump recalling the conversation on the left, missiles exploding in the night sky on the right. It was the perfect pictorial encapsulation of Trump's understanding of power: raw, brutal, unitary, and performative. Trump is always playing an exaggerated idea of himself on TV. Congressional Republicans and the grown men, and a couple of women, of the administration proved willing to join the Trump show. When Trump scored his first legislative victory by passing a tax reform bill, it didn't come until December 2017 because legislation is peripheral to Trump's understanding of power. He celebrated by making the Republican Party genuflect. Trump had the press stay in the room at the beginning of a cabinet meeting, and he asked Carson to start off by leading the room in prayer. "Our kind Father in heaven," Carson began, "we're so thankful for the opportunities and the freedom that you've granted us in this country. We thank you for a president and for cabinet members who are courageous, who are willing to face the winds of controversy in order to provide a better future for those who come behind us." Trump, his eyes closed and hands clasped, appeared to be following along as though he had heard this prayer many times before. Carson continued, "We're thankful for the unity in Congress that has presented an opportunity for our economy to expand so that we can fight the corrosive debt that has been destroying our future." Not a single Democrat in either chamber of Congress had voted in favor of the bill, which, it appeared, was more likely than not to increase the federal deficit. After the prayer, Trump called on his vice president the way a teacher might cold call on a pupil. For a full 2 minutes, Pence offered thanks for the president's middle-class miracle. He said that he was deeply humbled as your vice president to be able to be here. Trump looked stern as he listened, nodding slightly, his arms crossed below his chest.